Okay, my friends, in today's video, we're going to be building the delivery process and the stages that a client is going to go through inside of my new AI offer. We're going to break down the whole thing, and this is going to help a lot with the next step that I'm at in the process, which is making my VSL and getting the marketing message really dialed down. Now, if you're new to this channel, the way it works is I'm posting daily videos of me building a brand new AI offer live. On my main channel, I post videos talking about how I scaled to 48 grand a month already. And this is the most valuable series on YouTube, okay? I've been literally documenting the entire process, and today's gonna be very, very, very valuable. Now, it's gonna be a short video because I have to leave in about 30 minutes to go get a suit because I have a wedding in a place named Honduras that I haven't been to before. It is where my girlfriend's family is from, and I'm gonna be gone for 10 days, which is gonna be interesting to make these daily updates, daily uploads, because there's not great internet over there. And so this is just like a foreshadowing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post every single day, but I will be working on the businesses every single day while I'm there. So that's an update. I'll let you know how it goes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So basically what I want to talk about is it doesn't really matter what your offer is. If your if your offer's in the wealth space, so you basically have like a make or save money offer, which is the majority of my audience, typically agency owners and that type of stuff. Although you could apply this to fitness, health, love, dating, all these different types of offers. Essentially, what you want to do with me, and I would like for you to do this live, but you want to map out what are the things that I am fundamentally helping a client with, right? And if you look at the offer that we're creating, there's a couple different stages. So essentially, all that we're doing is helping real estate agents turn strangers into clients. And there's steps at each of these points, right? So if I write stranger, and you're going to see how we develop our messaging and our system here. So we want to go from stranger to, I'll go down here, to a client. And we need to figure out what are these steps in between here to get somebody from stranger to client. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to turn this lead from a stranger into, sorry, let me just adjust my little thing here. We have to turn somebody from a stranger into a lead, right? Somebody that has actually shown interest in our offer and service. This is like the delivery that we're doing for realtors, right? We have to turn a stranger into a lead. Then we have to turn the lead into an appointment. And then we have to turn the appointment into a deal. So in real estate language, in this industry's language, you could call, I mean, they're called clients, but we're trying to close deals, right? That's basically how we would say it. So this is essentially the process that I help clients with to its core. And this is the process, you help with if you have an offer focused around lead gen. Now, and a lot of people, they only stop right here, right? We're going to be helping throughout the entire process because I believe that's how you make the most valuable offer. What we want to do is we want to look in between each of these steps. And we want to come up with our own way. This is how we develop our messaging. And this is basically the big thing I'm thinking about here as I go to develop my VSL. We want to look for our own way. And there's a lot that I can talk about in here, but we're making the video short. I want you to do this. Go and lay out, hey, these are the steps that a client has to go through. They have to go from a stranger to a lead, to an appointment, to a sales call, to becoming a client. If you help with delivery as well, like if you help somebody basically start a completely new business, to delivery. But all I'm doing for realtors is turning strangers into leads, turning leads into appointments, and turning appointments into deals. And what happens is everybody that is helping realtors with this exact same transformation right here, everybody is doing the exact same thing. And fundamentally, they're solving the same problem. And so the only way to stand out is by having your own way of doing this process. And one of the best things that you can do is having your own way be something that is contrarian. You want your own way to be contrarian. Because if it's contrary to what the person that was sold this process from a competitor used before, they'd be more intrigued, more curious, more likely to try it, more likely to want to do something new, because new is better, better's not better. And so the point that I'm getting at is, as we go to describe this process in our VSL and to our clients, I need to formulate my own way of showing how we get leads. And the way that I'm going to be describing it is an AI outreach process, which is essentially a software that could reach out to homeowners in the area, reach out to them, and generate leads. The appointment setting process, I need to come up with a name for, and the process of turning an appointment into a deal is something we will not be helping with because we are not realtors, right? So what we're really going to be assisting people with is lead gen via an AI outreach process, and then appointment setting via the sales, whatever you want to call it, like the sales mastery process, right? We need to come up with a name for this. But this is, to its core, what we're helping with, these two things right here. And these are like the center stone pieces of the steps that we help a client with. So as I go to describe how this thing works, basically you start to come up with your own terms for this stuff. And so when we go through the VSL, we're going to go through the steps because we have like this result, which is like they're here and the realtor wants to get here. So maybe it's closing an extra 10 deals, let's say. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to say like, hey, we're going to get you, people start like this. Version A is, hey, we're going to get you this result. Right? So, hey, realtor, we're going to get you from 0 deals to 10 deals. Number 2 is the result plus like path. So this is when you say, hey, realtor, we're going to get you from 0 to 10 deals by getting you leads, appointments, and deals. Number 3 is results, a little voice crack there. There you go. Result plus path plus unique. And so how you would say it there is, hey, realtor, we're going to help you go from 0 to 10 deals. And the path we're going to follow is by getting you leads, appointments, and closings. And the way we're going to do it is using an AI outreach system followed up with a sales mastery process to close these deals. You see? And now what this allows us to do is really target the pain points of the typical way that they've tried to solve this problem before. And so we could say, since we're doing AI outreach, we could say there's no ad spend. No ads. We could say like no Zillow leads. And we could really target the pain points. No agencies. We're a marketing partner in your business. We're not just going to bring you leads. We're going to help you close them. And this is how we start to develop our marketing message to effectively close clients, right? Now, the way that we're going to deliver, just so I have clarity on it, so I'm just going to call this the delivery, is essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up, and launch AI outreach process. So this is the system that's going to get them leads. Step 1. When we're starting off, I would say for the first 5 or 10 clients, this is something that we could have done for you. Sorry if you hear my dog squeaking his toy. Shelby, wait on that. Wait till after the video. We're going to start on this done with you and eventually transition to done for you, starting off with. And eventually, later down the line, we'll transition to done with you, where we could just have SOPs and link videos that they could go and set up this AI outreach process on their own to allow for more scalability on our end, but we're not focused on scale. We're just focused on making money with the business. This is a big, big, big thing. On the delivery side, you first want to sell and then you want to build. I see so many people building, whether it's an AI agency, a coaching business, etc. You're wasting time building a website. You're wasting time. Sorry, let me just take. Sorry, but I took his toy, man. I promise I'll give it back to you. Let me just finish up here. You start off by building a website, wasting time. You start off by building like AI chatbots and automation flows. That's the number one thing in the AI space with this whole AI agency trend. Everybody's showcasing these cool AI systems. Nobody cares. No realtor is going to care about my AI outreach process. They just want to know it works. That's it. You know? So what you want to do is you want to sell the thing and get proof of concept. It's something I talked about in the video. Offer market fit. Go and sell the thing. And then when they pay you, hustle your ass off to build it in a way that's going to get them the result. So this, like, I'll show you. This is what the delivery looks like for like the first 5 clients. Done for you, set up and launch the AI outreach process. Number 2, one-to-one weekly calls, which is not scalable, but it's going to help them get the result because we don't have any curriculum built. We don't have any course to guide them through the mindset they need to have, what the expectations are. These are all things we have to set down. And 3 is just a comms platform. So I believe I believe we're going to go with WhatsApp, just because I feel like this is something clients are natively on, realtors. If you're going more B2B, like, you know, online businesses and stuff, I would go Slack. But I don't think most realtors are on Slack. So that's what the delivery process is going to look like for right now. Once we scale this thing up, what are we adding in here? Well, we're going to make this into Done With You to allow for more leverage and scalability. We're going to mess around with these calls and probably turn them from weekly, or turn them from one-on-one to group. We're still going to see on that. So weekly group calls. We're going to keep the communications platform on here, and then we're going to add in the curriculum. So we're going to have a course. We're going to have a course that helps them throughout the entire process, that shows them how to talk to leads, that gives them the proper mindset. Because most lead gen companies, they fail. People don't fail because they don't have the right leads. They blame it on the leads. What they fail is due to proper accountability for them to show up every day and call their leads. They fail due to improper expectations set on how many leads are going to convert and how much work they're going to have to put in. And so this is why I like the beautiful part about building this into more of like a consulting business, which is where I think this is going to go. It's going to start as an AI agency, but it's really going to become a consulting business if I decide to keep growing it, depending on where we get it to. But this is what allows for optimal results on the client's end and optimal scalability on our end, is a Done With You consulting business, where it's not only on us to get the results, but it's also on them. So these are some things that I'm thinking about. Basically, this is what the delivery process is going to look like, and you kind of see how I thought through it. So we're going to use AI outreach as like the main new way that I own to get deals, and we're going to formulate it into like a whole program that helps them basically as much as we can A to Z to close deals, because it's what people need more than just getting leads, right? So our next steps, I have to pay for the Cold DM software, which is one thing we have to do, which I think is going to be like $500 a month, given the accounts that I have. We're going to have to start making the VSL, and I decided I was going to host this on the landing page. Another thing we have to do is create a master tracking sheet, because now we're going to have a partner in the business that helps on the back end with fulfillment to allow me to balance my companies. And we're going to have to track those expenses and everything that go out. This is just a preview, by the way. This isn't real, but this is like the master tracking sheet I get to my clients, and it adds up everything in like the outreach, etc. Our main source of acquisition right now is going to be outreach. We're not going to be making content since we have 2 YouTube channels to run, and we're not going to be running ads as of right now. Okay? We're going to track the expenses here. We're going to track the cold DMs, the outreach on this bad boy right here. And in order for me to get the outreach actually going out, I need to purchase the software, $500 a month. You saw me work on the campaigns yesterday. I need to finish out those campaigns, which is probably the little work I'm going to be doing on this business while I'm gone in Honduras. Okay? This is the plan. Next time you see me, I will be in Honduras with an accent and a tan, probably. All right? So thanks for watching, man. Subscribe. Leave a question so I can answer them. And I'll see you real soon, brother. Take care.